What's up, Go enthusiasts? Today I woke up very early, I went on Fox, and I got challenged by a Chinese professional player. And I couldn't help myself but accepting, starting a recording, and trying my best to make a good quality game. Let's dive right in. What a game request. We're playing a pro. We're playing a Chinese professional player. The first time I think I ever played a Chinese professional player. It's sick. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna just be patient. Yeah, be patient, have fun, be fierce. Absolutely. That's what we're down for here. Whew. The camera is like way too bright. It's funny. I'm not streaming, by the way, so there's no chat. I just clicked the record button when I got the game request to play a Chinese 1P. Um yeah, we'll do this. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm just gonna wait a bit longer. Okay. So I can play down here, but I don't actually feel the need to. I think I'm just gonna spin my move here and see. Um, yeah, this is expected. In this case, I'll play here. Normally you play that one, but somehow my stone is a bit far away. In that case. Oh, I don't know. I don't know how to play it. The bamboo is coming, and then it's a little weird for black. A little bit strange. Um, yeah, Hane is coming, and then I'm gonna play around here, I think. Oh, that one. It's fine. Then later I can do that, but for now I'm gonna play to just run out. So as to not get pressed there. I think it's pretty nice. And now I'll push in here, I think. Yeah. And then take the base on the top. I don't know how. I don't know how it feels. Is this efficient? Okay, he denies that move. Fair enough. Peep here is probably useful. Not sure. Not sure he has that move later. Gonna just play a vapid diagonal out. Nothing special there. Just wait. Wait and be patient for time to strike later. For now, nothing special. Just run out, make sure that he doesn't get on top of me. I could try to like strike there, but it seemed like I was kind of the weak one, so no need to go crazy. I don't know. I'm leaving behind some weaknesses over there, and this is not really that necessary of a place to go. Seems like a bit of a bad move by me, just this last one, but can't make every move good. Okay, we're just gonna wait around here now. After you played there, if you would play on the bottom side, it would be better. So I could have gone deeper, but I didn't really see any urgency to do like that. Yeah, just take the corner, look to make a pincer later, look to approach that later. Yeah, you can go for a cut. This is fine, actually. I'm quite satisfied to see a cut here. So of course he broke my ladder, so he can do this, but that doesn't mean it's powerful. We'll connect on the outside. I'm not sure about that last move just now, because I have gotten myself in deeper trouble with this group because of that. But yeah, so this is expected. But I do think I'm going to be healthy. And so I'm thinking about extending here. Should work, right? Should be good. I wonder whether he plans like that. Okay, so for now, I think I'd just capture this one stone. Or do I cut here first? Okay, cut. Cut first. Okay, time to slow down a bit and take this in. 10-second games are really fast. Even for me, I don't really have the reading speed to keep up with this speed of play. But it's what the professional challenged me to. I think they're comfortable with it, so their time control. Um, I can't really explain that well in 10-second game, let alone read that well. In this situation, he had approached into the bottom right corner to make this cut work because he wanted to be aggressive. He thought, I'm a weaker player than him. I have a lot of losses at 9 done so far. And he wanted to just start a fight and then show that he's better than me. So he cut through in the center like this, and I ran out. And this was the obvious plan. Although AI says that it's a pretty big mistake because if black just has to fall back like this, white is super, super happy to be able to press from the outside. Some variation like this is going to be really dangerous for black, even if you just have to play here. White saves really naturally, and this black group is squeezed and set, and this can't really be good. So I was planning to extend here the whole time. I was looking for a strong counterattack that I could try, where I'm threatening to net these stones and Atari that one stone and capture it. And that wasn't the hard part. That wasn't why I spent a bit longer reading. And that wasn't why he spent a bit longer reading at this moment. The hard part, the reason why this might not work, is that Wei has an attachment here, which if I had answered with a cut, then he could cut back like this, Atari here, and then this black group in the upper right can get squeezed and can get murdered pretty quickly. And also, Wei has the next move to play on the right side as well. So this fight would be quite dangerous, but he didn't go for that in the end. And that's because I could have just played the Tiger's Mouth back, which I had planned. If you cut there, what it ends up doing is it gives White this valuable move, and actually White kind of wants to take it themselves. I didn't really think of this one when I was reading, but AI tells me that Black can then extend here, and then so in this case, the difference is this black stone could have been cut, but instead it's connecting with this extend, creating some potential eye shape and getting Black a cut in the center. So this would be totally fine for black. So this was working in the end, and that's why my opponent decided to run. He ran in a way which allowed me to cut it. You can see first instinct for me was to just fall back, but then I realized I should be fierce. I should make a cutting point for him in forcing manner. And actually, this ended up in a really, really good perspective position for me. I have almost completely taken this entire bottom right corner. And in exchange, Wei hasn't really gotten anything. All he has is this weak group in the center to chase against my weak group, which isn't really like anything at all. So far, I'm actually winning by a lot. Let's see how it goes. And extend, or extend here. Let's just push one more time. I'm not sure whether extending there may have been better on this last move. Here. It's not really good. Okay, so we're just gonna jump, I think. Okay. This is not that bad. Oh, I don't know whether this is working that well. 10 seconds is tough. Really tough. Ooh, that move. Yeah, we're gonna just make this Atari. Okay, understandable. Ooh, honey. Yes, I'm not sure. Okay, we're getting in some trouble. Some small troubles. We're gonna ignore them and play all the way through here, I think. Yeah. Yeah. And accept this. It's fine. Okay, so my opponent started with this turn, which is a very natural move since he has that weak group and he wants to reduce into my right side. And this jump is, in my opinion, one of the biggest strategic mistakes that I made this game. I made many tactical mistakes, very, very many. But strategically, I would consider this move and this move to be sort of fundamentally different. And this is definitely the one that I should have gone for. This one is pressing for the outside, so this one means more like, hey, I'm challenging that I can run these two stones out and make this big, and I can run to the bottom side as quickly as possible. This one is the cowardly way. This one means I just need to make this solid in the bottom right. I'm going to be as solid as possible. And that's really not what you need to be when your opponent has some sort of vague Aji like this. If I'm solid like this, then that just means my opponent can try to curl me up. Whereas if I'm fast and if I'm trying to be stronger towards my opponent, when they activate something, even if it can work because I wasn't so solid, then I'll get something back. So I would be able to chase back into the center and into the bottom side with a lot more activity. So this one, I'm pretty upset with myself because frankly, if I wasn't playing a player that I believe to be much stronger than me, these Chinese professional players are very, very good at Go. I probably would have played the jump on the left side, but I was too afraid, and so because of that, I actually ended up in a significantly more difficult situation. My opponent started with this one, and I got my courage back. I was like, I'm solid here, so what is my strong move to play? And I played this one, which is a great move in my opinion. It looks to seal off the right side, so my opponent thought for a while, and he said, okay, then let me reduce you from the center. And you can see this is immediately biting me on this jump, and I really have a hard time for how should I even fix this. I decided to be again the most solid and the most passive, and it was again quite a bad move. If I would just connect through like this, which is my normal intuition, I'm not even honestly that sure why I didn't think to play like this. I would have had a press through on the bottom side. I could play this Hane later, and I could break through and I could try to reattack his stones in the center. But at this moment, I was just like sort of obsessing over being solid in the bottom right corner in a way that was seriously unhealthy. Because it actually like literally made my bottom right corner more unhealthy to not have ways to strike back. So my opponent very naturally continued with his attached, knowing he has forcing moves. He just is like, hey, let me secure this bottom side. If I could run through, that would be great, but I can't because I played this passive move. So you can see how this was working for White. White has caught up quite a bit from this, but I'm still leading. I'm still leading for sure. And this extend was an adventurous move. If only I had better counterplay in the center, it would be very good and adventurous. Maybe at this moment it's time to fall back because my opponent is about to strike through here. And there's kind of something that should work here, kind of, but it works more because of how I played in the game. Let's see it. This is more than fine here. Capture right away, I think. I think that's the right way here. Not 100% sure. I can get in some trouble here for sure. Attempts that I've made. This move is the hard one. Okay. And it's still gonna try to fight. I'm gonna do this and get squeezed and get cut. Maybe he should have tried it the other way. uh-huh. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna play this far and then let this Atari come and play on this side, I think. Because now, yeah, I can't really fight that. It's uncomfortable here. Maybe more than a bit. Okay. Okay. So that happened. All right, good. Got it. Understood. So that happened. So what happened, Cast Telegraph? Well, I'll tell you. In this case, I made a mistake regarding how the Liberties work on my 3-stone. So I thought when I Atari here and then push through like this and capture, um, because I could get this stone in Sente, I thought that would be good. But that's not how it works. That's not how it works at all. And there were many things wrong. So I'll go through one by one. First of all, this capture could have been connect here. That would mean that he can play this one if he wants, or he can play the outside move, which is what he would actually do. And this outside move leaves a cup behind in the game when I just captured. It does not leave a cup behind when he plays that way. I thought it was stronger for the bottom side, but I've already extended to L2, so I didn't need to worry about that. I just totally like double protected on the bottom, which is unnecessary. And I let him get that super clean shape on the bottom side. And then after that, he could attach here. And I didn't have a way to handle this. I had thought I could play like this. It was not really gonna work, although I was still thinking that it might in the game. This way he has this squeeze, and you can see this exchange is actually really bad. Because it doesn't help me at all for this. He can still just squeeze through like that, and if I answer, you can still just cut through and you can capture my. It really did nothing. If I would have immediately here not made that exchange and just directly done this one, then actually he hardly has anything on the bottom side here, because even if he attaches like this, first of all, I can just capture these stones and let him through, and then if I would have a outside pressure back or pressure on that topside group, all of which I do, then this is more than playable for black. And second of all, if he would extend here himself and prevent me from doing that, I haven't exchanged all my liberties away. He like is much more squeezed in this variation. I could actually play here and then, okay, in this case I cannot capture these stones because I'm liberty short on my own, but I could play to capture from this side with empty triangle or jump or whatever. So huge mistake to exchange this first and then short all my liberties over there rather than playing this one and wait. Just let him play the first move here. If he plays here first, if he does this, he still has to take care of those 2 stones all the time. So because of that, I just basically lost the full move and I lost the cut in the center. And I'm getting like totally outfought in the tactical part here. I can't save there because he'll cut, obviously. So I connected through like this, which I think was not that bad. And finally, here, okay, that happened. He broke through my bottom right area, and I'm acknowledging that. I'm saying that's okay, and I've recognized we can both read that this upper right group can locally live. So I'm just thinking like later his bottom right group has 1.5 eyes over here, and then the task from now is I should handle my 2 stones, my 3 stones, his group on the top side, his group on the left side here. It's gonna be still a fight, and now it's for me to come back. Understood. I need to run first here, I think. He is very strong there now, so I'm in some trouble with these stones. Oh, this is not really a very fast kind of running, but I'm hoping that I can play defensively with these stones. Okay. This is, yeah, so I'm expecting a peep to come, and then, how does this work? It's gotta be like this, right? It's gotta be like this. And like this. It's gotta be. So this started a defensive phase of the game for me, where I was taking care of these 2 stones. I'm not very good at the defensive side compared to the rest of the game, and I showed it. I didn't do a very good job here. If I have to run these 2 stones out and provide white with more thickness with his group there, then actually the game is just getting worse. And that's very clear to me if I have more time. And even while I had low time, it was still clear to me, but I wasn't sure what I was doing. I could have just taken care of this group originally and then put pressure on him. And as he saves there, then I can come take care of this, and then I'm a lot stronger. So I can also think a lot more about keeping more pressure back on his one stone. When I did like this, and he jumped, to 9 Dan level players, it doesn't even have to be pro, but just anyone would feel that these jumps cannot possibly be wrong because the direction of play is improving for White. White has taken care of his group in a way which makes this black group feel more lonely, and in general, White feels much more powerful towards the other areas of the board. And this was clearly like White's moves are all directly in the middle of the confrontation and increasing his control over the game. And so it was very unnecessary to let him play so freely. It would have been better to play, if I am going to try to save this group, to play something more like this. Give him a cut here, and then make the game a lot less clear about how White can continue playing well. So just extending on this side is like, now we're in a kind of Liberty race, capturing race kind of thing between these 2 stones and my 3 stones. He can play here. I could play here, I could play extend. If he does this one, then I can try to run out like this. We get all sorts of fights can continue from here. And it just in general, it would be a lot more pressure on both of us than this way. This way was just very, very free for White. So you could say this is a strategic mistake, but to me, it's more of a tactical mistake with regards to like understanding of exactly what the fight is going to look like as I try to handle my 2 stones there. I just didn't really have quick intuition for that at all. At least I could recognize that this peep was coming, because of course if I connect, it's going to be good for him. This classic kind of move that you play against someone who you think is a bit weaker. You just try to scam away a little bit, and they're supposed to find a Tetsuji, and I didn't. I was thinking it's got to be something here, because I knew it's got to be something where I fight back and I use his 1-space jump here. I knew that, but I didn't know the Tetsuji, which was Wedge. I mean, I've seen this Tetsuji before. I know the Tetsuji, but I couldn't find it in 10 seconds. Of course, this wedge is a great move if he answers here, because I just peep and then also get the push to create 2 cuts. That would be fantastic. If he plays on this side, then he can't really connect through here because I'm going to bully him on the left, and all that attacking would just go completely away. So he has to connect here, and I could connect here in Sente, connect there as a forcing move, and then even threaten to connect through here. I get this cut as forcing move as well, and his 2 stones there are still lonely. His group there is still lonely. This is a significantly better look than this way. Okay, we have a cut there for later. You don't have to take it right away. Look into this first. And how do I handle this? How to handle this? I'm gonna just turn to start, actually. Okay, that's not fun for me. Turn first. Yeah. So the reading needs to be what happens for this Hane. So what he did there is he took away some options that he had in that area. All right, we're gonna keep this going. Okay, it's not fun. Okay. Ah. Okay. So it seems like I might be able to link up, but not sure. Okay, he went and quit to attack this part instead. I think definitely this jump is the vital point, right? As long as these stones are remotely savable, it should be vital, and I think that they are remotely savable, so it should be fine here. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. This is getting spicy here. How to play that? How to play that? I think we're gonna Atari and push here. So he can Atari and then block if he wants. Uh-oh. Yeah, this Atari was obviously going to come, and then I think I have to connect here and let him capture. And then I would have to go for a cut if he does capture. And it's not really at all clear that I'm going to seriously attack this group, but I feel the need to go for this variation because of how things have turned out here. Oh, dear. So now he's going to show me that because he's strong there, he can cut with this empty triangle, which I did not see. So from here, finally, my opponent's large strength discrepancy to me begins to show. And I am in very big trouble with my group on the bottom side here. I don't do that bad of a job of saving it with this peep and then a potential link under here. My opponent could have cut this right away if he wanted, but he decided if he does that, then I can link underneath on the side, and so no need to worry about that right now. First, he should take care of his groups here and make sure that they can't like start a big counterattack against him somehow. But he honestly didn't do that good of a job, and I can jump here, and when I can play like this really is giving me a lot of counter chances if I find the right way here. Unfortunately, 10 seconds was just not enough to read everything that I wanted to at this moment. I wanted to read this out, but basically what I got to was here, confusion. I kind of thought that I might be suffering something like this somehow, but it turns out no matter how he tries to organize it, he would be short on liberties. So in that case, he was liberty tight. So if I would play like this, actually his two stones are netted here, which if I had time to read, I would definitely be able to read, but I didn't even spend more than 3 seconds reading that variation because I was also reading this one. And I thought that this was very promising because the only two moves that I read in those 10 seconds were these two, both of which are big blunders. I also read this one to be fair, but yeah, those would not work, of course, where Wait is getting in trouble with his stones there and also dying here. But my opponent found, of course, we can all find it, more than a second or two to read, this Atari. And that's really painful because it means that he can capture and make himself really strong in the center or connect through on this side. Pushing through on this side would secure my group in the center. So I was forced to push through like this, and my opponent could capture. And then for this to make sense, I basically have to kill his topside group and hope I'll be okay. But he did have this cut, which I hadn't quite anticipated. And that was enough to secure the game here. I mean, there's basically no way that I can fight back after he cuts like this. What I tried to do is I tried to Liberty race my group on the left against his group in the bottom center, but there's no way that would ever work. And yeah, I'd also mess up on the execution of that, to be fair. Anyway, it was a good game, and I really enjoyed it. I honestly think that I could have had some chances if I would have read the net there. If I would have thought that that could be a net and like really tried to read that first, which is definitely what I should have done. Lots of stuff to learn from this game. Really fun one, and I hope to play more professionals in the future. Thank you for watching. You can check out Go Magic. They have a great educational collection of resources. You can use the code Telegraph to get 10% off anything there, or you can just go watch the next video right there. I hope to see you there. Bye-bye.